This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
Singapore is in the midst of a 10-year master plan to become an intellectual property or IP global hub for Asia. Experts say the focus so far has been on generating IPs. Ahead of the annual IP Week conference in Singapore starting next Monday, 938 Live's Travis Teo finds out more.
Singapore-listed Track 2000 invented and unveiled the ubiquitous thumb drive before securing a patent. That mistake cost the company some $20 million and endless legal headaches. Daniel Poh, patent attorney with law firm Marks & Clark Singapore, explains why it is so important for companies to be aware of the implications of not getting intellectual property protection.
Take for example, patent protection for an invention. You must file a patent application first before you can actually disclose it. To do the reverse would mean that the rights could be lost and the invention is free for all to use. I think this could be a big challenge for businesses in Singapore.
Nowadays, Track 2000 involves its patent lawyers when conceptualizing new products. The company's legal counsel, Sean Su, says the current challenge for IP rights owners is in enforcing their patents.
The law firm is just going to draft the patent for you and make sure it gets through, and you get this piece of paper saying that you own this technology. It is not an active enforcement in the sense that this does not mean automatically that everyone must conform to your rights. What this does is it allows you to go around in the area of jurisdiction, and that if anyone wants to sell, use, buy, or otherwise handle this technology, that they would be required by law to get a license from you.
He adds that if a company decides to sue because of patent infringement, the litigation process for a simple IP case may take about a year. Mr. Su hopes this could be shortened.
Perhaps a couple of months to get a preliminary judgment, summary judgment, to at least have the facts out and say what this party doing is wrong, or that, hey, your patent does not hold up. But we do recognize that the Singapore government has made intellectual property a point of concern.
On the overall IP ecosystem, Mr. Poh of Marks & Clark says more could be done to translate intellectual properties into tangible returns. He notes an IP generator like a local university has a 25 to 30% success rate in licensing their patents.
The focus for the past few years in Singapore has been the generation of IP. But the success rate of translating this generated IP into successful products are quite low. Thereby, there's this imbalance, you see. So if we are more focused and more successful in creating more successful products, I think it will allow this ecosystem to so-called be sustainable.
And business owners can also use Singapore's IP ecosystem to protect not just their R&D, but also their brand. That was what UGS did, says Jessica Ang, the executive director of the guest supplier to coffee shops and hawker centres.
So there are some competitors starting their new subsidiaries with names very identical to ours, which misleading our customers into thinking that they are dealing with us. Yet we could not take any legal action on them. So that is something that we have faced, before we get to know more about IP.
She adds that the experience of filing for IP protection in Singapore is straightforward with the help of the Intellectual Property Office of Singapore, or IPOS.
Yeah, I find that it's quite easy because there is people there to help. It's only things that everything have to be registered in a way that in a very detail, so that you'll be 100%, you can get highest as you can to protect your R&D.